Welcome back to our video series on how to fit Eureka pants that fit. This video is going to show you how to accomplish the next step in the book that starts on page 6 called Adjust the Fit, Focus on Hips and Crotch.
Hi, I'm Ray, and I'm back here with Carrie, and we're going to show you how to assess the fit and tweak it a little bit more in the crotch and the hip area. To do that, we've got Carrie in the extra small with the number 2 back, which is the size that's best for her, and you see I've pinned up the back opening. She's got this elastic really snugly around her waist, and we've rolled up the leg of the pant. Not really a fashion look, but it does help with the fit because we don't have any break that's causing the leg of the pant to skew in an odd way. So roll those pants up and pin them in place and get your back opening pinned together, and then put the pants where they belong on the body, getting this fitting grid, which is the horizontal balance lines and the perpendicular grain lines. Those are the floor as your base there, parallel and perpendicular to the floor, so we can determine if we need to make any other adjustments. The first thing you want to look at are these back balance lines. There are 3 of them, and if they are all straight, you're good to go. You don't need to make any adjustment at all. If this one dips, they'll all dip, and then you'll need to make a little bit of an adjustment on the pattern, which is described in the booklet. If they start dipping at this second one, in between here you'll make that same adjustment. If you can't quite tell whether they're dipping or not, take a ruler and line it up here and see how it looks along those lines. And then you can measure the difference between the ruler and how much you'll need to make in your adjustment. If your grain lines are bowing out a little bit, and Carrie's aren't, but many people have that little bit of bowing here on the grain line, then you can take a little pinch right here. We call it scooping, and it just opens that crotch curve up just a little bit and gives a little bit more space for the derriere to sit in. And you can just pin that little adjustment out like this and make that change on your pattern, and it will help you to get, again, just a little more refined fit in the buttocks. Sometimes when we make this adjustment, the hip has to be released a little bit. So pay attention once you pull that in to seeing that your hip is you still have enough fullness in the hip. The directions in the book tell you how to add a little more fullness there if you need to. Carrie does not need that. In fact, she needs a little bit of fullness taken out of the hip. And I'm going to just turn her here just a little bit and pin this out. And that will help us see how the front fits. We're just working on this midsection here. So as we said, the hips and the crotch are the tweaking that we're working on right now. And you can see it's really helpful to have a friend who helps you with this. They can help you read the direction book and see which markers you're supposed to be looking for and how to get the best fit on the pant. So how's that feel, Carrie? Does it feel too tight or does it feel pretty good?
Feeling a little tight across the back.
You know what? That's because we need to pop those pins. Because you don't need that adjustment. Okay.
There we go.
All right. You can work from one side or you can pin both sides if you want. For this video, we're going to just work from one side. So Carrie, that crotch in the front, is it sitting, grazing your body just right?
Yep.
Okay. And I would say she's got a little bit extra right here. And this is another problem that a lot of women have. And it has to do with the curve of the crotch and the flatness of their body. So we're going to have Carrie take these off. She's going to rip out that section and put them on wrong side out so we can try to assess what's going on that front crotch curve. Carrie has put the pants on backwards, wrong side out, and she's released this section of the crotch so we can try to assess whether it needs to have some added into it so it can sit closer to the body or scooped out a little bit more. And if it needs to be have a little added in, you actually get this space created here when you put the pant on wrong side out. That is not Carrie's problem. So we're going to actually pin out a little bit of a scoop right here, just like we did in the back. And she's going to make that adjustment on the pant. And sometimes when you make this adjustment, it's kind of hard to pin in a delicate way. So observe how much you need to scoop out. And then sometimes you'll also need to shorten that front inseam just a little bit once you make this scoop. So baste it all back together and try it back on. And if you still feel like you have a little bit of extra in there in that crotch area, you can just, from here up, shorten that inseam a little bit in the front. And that'll pull that pant leg a little closer to the front of the body. I have another person here, a friend of our company, Patty, who's made this mock-up for herself. She's working on getting her pants to fit her well using the Eureka Pants That Fit system, and we're so excited for everyone who finds this to be a good system for them. I want to show you here that Patty is getting this little bowing here in the grain lines. We have them straight. We've made the effort to fit the grid as best we can, get it straight everywhere, and she's coming out a little bit there, which we described previously in the video, but was not an adjustment Carrie needed. And I'm going to just make this little tweak here, right here at the curve of her crotch, at that bottom horizontal balance line. Put a little pin here and let you see how much straighter that makes the grain lines when we do that. It's just giving a little bit more space in there for her derriere to sit comfortably in the pant. Patty's going to help us show you how to put darts in your pants, which will be our next video, so stay tuned.